What is up, guys? It's been a minute since we recorded, and I'm so excited to share another video with you guys. You guys have no idea. Michelle and I have been like dying to record, and finally we have an excuse to, because we've been so busy here in Florida. We haven't had time to do anything besides just post and do other things. We were just in Colorado the other week for other purposes that aren't anything overlanding related. So we're back, and this time we're doing a little bit of a different video because we haven't really had time to go camping, but we do need to do something pretty specific with my truck. I haven't done maintenance on it in quite a minute besides oil changes. So today we have some spark plugs. I'm gonna try to clean the throttle body, and we got some wires. These are just basic wires. It's like the only thing that they had. Spark plugs are basically OEM. NGK can be ran on a 4Runner. And then we have this thing, which I have no clue how I'm gonna do because I've never done a charcoal canister before. But the reason why I'm doing this is because a little bit of a story behind my truck. I got the truck with the timing belt, water pump already done. So all that stuff was already done when I got it. And he said he did the spark plugs as well when I got the truck. So it's been like around like 60,000 miles. I have no clue how much I've driven, but this truck has been to Georgia probably like 10 times, and now it's been to California. So it's basically gone a long ways, and I've never changed the spark plugs or wires. I've only done oil changes and air filter changes. I've never done tune-up. So it's about time I do it, and it's probably way overdone because I mean I'm getting like 8 miles per gallon right now. And when I first got the truck, I got a check engine light for the evap. I changed the gas cap when I first got the truck, and the evap code just didn't go away, and I never bothered to change what really was the problem, which is the charcoal canister. But with how low miles per gallon I'm getting at this point, I'm going to... There's a plane. Alright, with how low my miles per gallon is, it's quite concerning. So yeah, I'd rather just do it and just get it over with. And the charcoal canister was cheap, so why not? And yeah, there's a couple things that does need to be done with my truck that I noticed. My steering rack needs to be done. It's been leaking since way before we left for California, which was last year. So my steering rack has just been leaking, and I've just been filling it up every month or so. It hasn't had any issues with the power steering. But another thing that we realized is my axles are blown. Eventually I want to revamp the entire suspension. I want to get new uppers, aftermarket uppers, new probably heavier duty axles, and maybe new tie rods and new steering rack. So that's the plan for later on. But for now, we're just going to try to get the car to run a little bit better, hopefully, because it doesn't accelerate. It gets 8 miles per gallon, and I don't even have a rear bumper on it, so it's not even fully weighed down. It's just a front bumper, the tent, the awning, and the roof rack. And I know that these cars are slow, but 8 miles per gallon is a little shocking to me. So we're gonna try to fix that and see what we can do. But other than that, yeah, let's get started. Another thing that needs to be done is a little engine bay cleanup, because this has never, well, we cleaned it once, but that was here in Florida, so this is all dust from being out west. So might have to do that this weekend. It's pretty dirty. Alright, since we're already here, I'm planning on doing that last. So we're going to do the spark plugs and the wires first, and then also clean the throttle body and learn how to do that because I have no clue, and then clear this out and then go from there. So we're going to try to do a full tune-up, and then as well with the charcoal canister. So let's go ahead and start taking the air intake apart, and then we'll be able to reach in there a little bit better. And then same with here. Here's going to be the issue. The thing is, Toyota made this engine bay so tight, so it's like super hard to get down here. So we're going to have to figure out ways to kind of maneuver around this area. But let's go ahead and start taking apart all this stuff. Take these tubes out, unplug the MAF as well. Well, that broke. This line is broken. Gotta get a new one. I have a broken vacuum line right here. I don't know if y'all can see that. That sucks. Right there. So I gotta replace that. They do sell a kit, from what I've heard, that they sell a silicone lines for this truck, so I'm probably gonna end up doing that. I'm just gonna get a full silicone kit because this is, I mean, that's really bad. And that's a vacuum leak as well, so that's probably another reason why my car isn't accelerating properly. There you go. Alright, now just twist this. Try to take it off of this tube. There you go. Alright, that is off. And then the MAF is right here. I'm gonna go ahead and clean that as well in a little bit. So, alright, so we got the throttle position sensor off. We're gonna go ahead and start taking off the throttle body so we can go ahead and start cleaning it. Alright, I got an old toothbrush and some throttle body cleaner. I'm gonna go ahead and just spray it down and just use the toothbrush to kind of clean away the carbon. This is my first time cleaning my throttle body, so if I do something wrong, correct me in the comments.
That would be too late then.
Yeah. Alright, so if I'm not mistaken, I did this correctly. It's all clean inside of there. So what I did was I took a old toothbrush and then the throttle body cleaner, got it wet, used a toothbrush, and then I used a flathead to open up the throttle body so I can get in the middle, and then I switched to the other side and I did the same thing. So it's all clean now, all ready to go. This thing was disgusting before, so now we're ready to leave it drying for a little bit to make sure that it's fully dry, and then I'm going to put it back when I'm done with the spark plugs. Alright, so after like a couple of minutes, more like 20 minutes, the only problem with this car is there's a lot of vacuum hoses. I had to take all of this off just so I can reach the 3 spark plugs that are on this side. The other side are pretty simple, you just take the airbox tube out, but this one is very difficult. So we got all of them off and we are ready to go ahead and take off the spark plugs and then replace the wires, and then we're good to go for here. And then I'm just going to clean the MAF one more time, and then we'll move on to the charcoal canister, and that's about it that I have to do today, at least. And then I'm going to go ahead and order also the silicone lines, because that is a pretty big problem that one of them is broken, so we'll do that. That is bad. It's completely burnt. So, and it was a single, which normally on this truck it's better to do a double pins. So who knows, maybe the double pin will help the truck run a little bit better, but this is what it looks like right now. So alright, so I went ahead and cleaned up inside of the little coils in here. And then I'm going to go ahead and put some Vaseline inside of here. Or actually, I'm just going to put it right here on the new wire so it can coat it and not corrode it. And then after that, we're going to go ahead and put the coil packs on and then the throttle body, and that is it for down here. And then I'm going to go ahead and snip this piece off and just move this a little bit back just for now so I don't have any leaks, and that'll be good. And then I'm also going to tighten up my throttle. And after that, we can get started on the charcoal canister. Alright, so we got everything done. It took me about like 3 hours or so to get everything basically done and put back together, including the charcoal canister. So that was throttle body cleaned, MAF sensor cleaned, airbox cleaned, spark plugs and wires done, charcoal canister done. So we got new ones and then new wires. We didn't need coil packs at all because I think the coil packs are fine. And then we got a new charcoal canister in. This thing was kind of a pain to do, even though it was easy and a pain at the same time. I mean, the hoses were just annoying, and that's pretty much it, honestly. So let's go ahead and turn the car on. Alright, so now it's time to turn on the truck and see if it even starts. So let's do it. Let's start it up.
It sounds different.
Sounds terrible. It's done. We had some technical difficulties just now when I started the truck. It was idling terribly. Like, it literally was terrible. I thought it was a charcoal canister at first, but I decided to take everything apart right here. Well, most of it, just the airbox tube. And it turned out that I actually located the wires incorrectly for the coil packs. So I had to look up the diagram on Google and ended up finding a diagram and just switched one wire and it worked. So one freaking wire, bro. One wire. That's done. It starts up. Pretty sure the charcoal canister code will be gone now. Hopefully it drives better, and I pray it actually drives better with the new spark plugs, and I hope I get better gas mileage with the charcoal canister. So as you can see, I'm gonna start it up. It starts right up, dude. Perfect. It's perfect idle like it was before. The acceleration is good. Now I just have to wait for my check engine lights. Oh, there they are. And it seems like my check engine lights for the evap are gone. So I only have 3 codes now, which is, I can actually explain that a little bit better. So the reason why I have 3 extra codes is, well, I cleared my catalytic converter out. While we were out west, my truck was doing tops 20 miles an hour going up a hill. And it turns out that my catalytic converter was so clogged that it took hours to unclog it. Like, normally catalytic converters are super easy to just gut out because it's just dust, carbon buildup over time. But it was so bad that it was like hard carbon buildup. It wasn't just dust. Like, we had to grab a drill bit and actually drill out the inside of the catalytic converter. That's how bad it was. So I'm gonna always have a check engine light for that. But now the evap codes are gone. They are gone. So I don't have to worry about that anymore. I'm so happy about that. And then slowly but surely just getting this car back to where I want it. I mean, with the suspension right now, it's so bad with the axles and everything. I do want to get all that done. I want to do my upper control arms and stuff like that because I still have stock upper control arms. Normally you're supposed to switch to aftermarkets when you lift this specific truck because then you can adjust caster while you're doing an alignment. And if you don't know what caster is, it's okay. It's not that big of a deal. It's too much to explain. So that, and then yeah, so we got that done. Thank the Lord. I was starting to stress out thinking that it was the charcoal canister, and I did all of that for nothing. So we're good. Now we're gonna put everything back together, make sure that everything is fitted on correctly, bolts are tightened, and then we're good to go. So yeah, now I have a smile on my face. So let's do it. Let's go.
Since we're in Florida, the best way to test out the car is by taking it to the beach. and Gabriel is grabbing the essentials. I also have my beach bag back there, and